Good afternoon, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and we're going to continue our, wait, what is our goal now? So in the series, we climb the rank ladder to hit Master Rank, which we already have, and after that, we usually try to hit below the 10,000 people mark. Well, if you guys haven't seen yesterday's video, we're currently at 1,000, maybe. I'm not sure what it is now, but when I stopped recording yesterday, we were in the top 1,000 people. So I don't really know what our goal is. I guess we'll just continue to build a team throughout the month and see what happens. I wasn't expecting to be done with both goals in like episode 3 or pretty much day 3 of us doing this tournament. So I guess we can't complain too much, but no major changes have been made to the team, although we do have some options, possibly giving Chien-Pao haze to deal with Dodonzo, and I'm thinking about adding another protect to the team, or maybe just to be that cheeky person, teach Fluttermane protect, and when I use Imprison, no one else can protect. I think it's just be funny that my opponent can't protect and then they can't do anything to stop me on my end. I just think it'd be hilarious. But I also thought about doing Fluttermane completely different. For some reason in my mind, I'm like, I think Fluttermane gets Helping Hand, and what would it be like for Fluttermane to give people Helping Hand, and what it would be like for a really fast Fluttermane boosting up someone else that isn't so fast but is incredibly strong. I mean, could you just imagine like a Helping Handing, you know, Dragonite just for giggles? And I just confirmed Fluttermane does in fact get Helping Hand, so it's just really funny. I'm just putting that out there. So there's that. It seems everyone else is doing fairly well. We're not going to change anything about Tornadus or Dragonite or Shifu or an Iron Hand. So right now we're just kind of keeping our eye on Chien-Pao and Fluttermane and then going from there. And yeah, before we get started, don't forget to do the YouTube thing. So like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe and leave a comment down below. I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave. And if you guys want to hit the bell, you can do that as well. And we'll say this clearly at the end, but just throwing it out the way, because my Uncle Mike says saying that in the beginning of the video it really helps out, and it's showing, so I'm gonna do that. Let's get into our first fight of today. All right, our first match is up and ready to go. We got Heatran, Sableye, that Qual Fish thing, Cresselia, Wu-Chen, and Ditto. Ditto's actually really interesting. He's gonna be kind of hard to fight against. So Sableye has Fake Out, so we're gonna need to be cautious of that. We're also gonna want to be cautious of Heatran if he comes on the field, but we do have Tornadus, so we're not crippled by that by any means at all. So we'll bring in Tornadus, and I want to say Chien-Pao might be good. Iron Hands, Dragonite's not going to do anything to Wu-Chen, but Chien-Pao will. We'll bring in Fluttermane for the back. Actually that might not. Well, Drain Punch hits Heatran. It's super effective against that, so we'll bring that. I was like, what am I going to do about Heatran? I mean, Cresselia is another problem, but I'm more worried about Wu-Chen than anything else, because I don't know what Cresselia is going to do per se. It could set up Trick Room, but we got Wu-Chen and Overquill, and Overquill is shiny. That's dope. Okay, so Intimidate goes off, lowering down our guys' attacks, which is totally fine. And we also lower the attack of all Pokemon in the front of us. All right, so I can't taunt Wu-Chen until he changes to a different type. I don't think I could taunt Overquill either. So I think what I'm gonna do, I guess we'll go into the Ice Spinner, into the Wu-Chen, and we'll Tailwind. Right now I'm really fast. Overquill, I think we'll have Poison Point or whatever, Toxic Point or whatever. So if I make any physical attacks to him, he's gonna hurt a lot. Seems like they're gonna Terra, and it's gonna be the Wu-Chen. So now I can taunt next turn. It's gonna be Poison. It's gonna remove the weakness to ice and fighting, which is totally fine. Tailwind. And here comes Ice Spinner. Doesn't do as much damage, but that's totally fine. And here comes Toxic, which is gonna go right into Wu-Chen. And Leech Seed is also going to follow behind. So this is going to definitely pop his Sash and get rid of his other effects. Oh, he doesn't have a different effect, but it's just definitely going to pop his Sash. Since I now outspeed, I'm going to go ahead and I think the best option here is to maybe... Let's see, who do I have in the back? Oh, he's not Steel. That's right. Okay. Let's go ahead and taunt Overquill, and I'm gonna swap to Iron Hands. We'll get rid of the Leech Seed, and we'll hold off on poison as long as we have. Me taunting Overquill. Oh, that's right. He's dark. He's not. It's not gonna work. Herder. It would work if it wasn't Pokemon that would take advantage of that, but unfortunately, it does. So, crit on the Tornadus from the Snarl from the Wu Chen. We can go with the Rain Dance to get the Bleak Wind, but I'm going to start applying pressure now. And I'm going to fake out Overquill. Oh, wow. Well, he did use Minimize. So Wu Chen will avoid the attack, but Overquill will not. That's interesting. Stockpile. So now he gets plus stats. Yes, defense and special defense. Okay. Leech Seed will now go over to Tornadus, which now Tornadus will need to swap. And Overquill is healing by Black Sledge. So Tornadus needs to swap now. We'll bring in Fluttermane. And we will Drain Punch the Overquill, which is probably going to poison our Iron Hands. But I'm getting the effect of Leech Seed off. I don't want it. Now it's my fault for not taunting the Wu Chen to remove the effect of using poison. Or I'm sorry, Leech Seed. I'm just all over the place right now. Toxic will go on to Iron Hands, and so will Leech Seed. So this is going to be a bit, but the poison is what I'm going to be really fearing, because that's going to do more damage over time. And my Tailwind's gone. And Tailwind's not that big of a deal to me. I dare not. What would happen if I Terra Thunder? That's probably not good to do that, but I'll Thunder Punch into Overquill. Moonblast into that slot. Will not knock it out. Gets pretty close. Minimize will activate on Overquill though. Snarl will go next. Dropping the special attack of Fluttermane and Iron Hands. And then Thunder Punch will not work on the Overquill. It's kind of interesting that a lot of people are now taking advantage of evasion and stuff like that now. It's really, really interesting. Like, folks at home, I'm hoping that you look at these too. Like, these techs are really interesting. We'll Terra, and I'll Drain Punch. Oh, I can't Drain Punch. Heavy Slam. I mean, that would work, kind of. But I'm going to swap And I'm gonna bring out Chien-Pao. Let's bring out Chien-Pao. Now this would have probably been better if I would have brought in Dragonite. Hindsight is 2020, obviously. It would have been great, but I can't promise that anymore. If I had Stomping Tantrum, this probably would have been a completely different fight. But I don't have a ground type with me, and that's terrible on my part. Flutter Mane Boom Blast right into Overqwil, which is Terrad, so it's going to do a lot of damage, even with the -1. And Leech Seed's going to go over to that slot. Hurt by poisoning. Ba 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 ba. Ooh, shiny Heatran. Let's go. Swap to Iron Hands. And let's Sacred Sword. Let's protect with Chien-Pao. I'm going to protect with Chien-Pao because Heatran is going to use like a fire move, and Heat Wave is something that he goes to often. Oh, they withdrew Heatran. Okay. Brings out Ditto. It's going to copy my Iron Hands. Whoop. Well, hello there. So that's cool. Leech Seed will go on to Wuchen, will Chien-Pao, which will not work. My Pokemon are poisoned. I'm gonna need to swap out soon. Punch Ditto in the face. And I'm gonna Sucker Punch Ditto as well. Ditto will use Fake Out. Yeah, that's probably something I should have done too, but I didn't, so that's fine. Chien-Pao was Leech Seeded. Iron Hands, this one she couldn't move. That's interesting though, Ditto is faster. But Chien-Pao needs to leave the field. It seems that poison resets if they get off the field, so that's an interesting thought. Drain Punch on Ditto, retreat to bring out Flutter Mane. The thing is, I mean, Ditto could be doing Drain Punch on my Iron Hands. Wuchen's gonna protect, which is totally fine. Drain Punch. Oh, I hit first. Interesting. Oh, that's right. He used Fake Out. It wasn't anything that he outspeeds me. Heavy Slam right into the Flutter Mane though, so he probably foresaw the switch in, or he's just gonna knock him out anyway. But now I get a free switch in myself. And Iron Hands gets to survive. Maybe not. And Chien-Pao. And Sacred Sword into that slot. We'll go double into that. Iron Hands can't protect himself. He doesn't have Protect. So Sacred Sword takes Ditto down very far. Wuchen will Leech Seed the Iron Hands, or my Iron Hands. And I'm going to Drain Punch. Oh, Ditto attacks first? How was it that I was able to attack first and then he was? Is it a speed tie? Does he copy my stats? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. If Iron Hand, well, Iron Hands is gonna go down. Next turn he goes down. If not now. Nope, no. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, this would have been a completely different game if I had brought in if I would have brought in Dragonite. Bleak Wind misses Wu Chen, but we'll hit the Ditto. Goodbye. But I don't think it's really going to matter too much, just because of the fact of he's got Heatran in the back, and this Wu Chen has been on the field since the beginning. Again, like, this probably would have been a different thing if I would have brought in Dragonite. But again, hindsight's 2020. Like, I thought I would bring in Urshifu for Heatran. I was like, I think I got it. Heatran's weak against fighting. Iron Hands is good against fighting. You know, just do that. Rain Dance. I don't think it's gonna really do a whole lot, but here comes Flash Cannon. Boom. Not bad. So match one definitely needed to bring in Dragonite, obviously, for sure. All right, next match is up. We've got Fluttermane, Roaring Moon, Gyarados, Amoonguss, Ting-Lu, and Iron Hands. This looks like a very standardized competitive team to me. So this is good. I think the combo here is to, I mean, I do outspeed. I don't know what Roaring Moon is going to do, but I don't think it's going to bring in the Tailwind. So I'm not 100% sure in that. We'll bring in Tornadus, Iron Hands, Chien-Pao, and Dragonite. And we'll keep Fluttermane and Urshifu in the back. Even though Urshifu would be really good against Ting-Lu, I have Fluttermane to take care of Ting-Lu. Gyarados might be a problem since I do have a lightning attack with Iron Hands. No, Fluttermane. Did I bring Fluttermane? Nope, I brought in Iron Hands. Okay, good. 2 shinies on their side of the field, so that's good. I'm going to immediately taunt the Amoonguss, so no sporing. And I'm going to fake out the Iron Hands. So you don't move a turn, and I taunt you. You're probably going to have Mental Herb, but most likely you'll have... Nope, okay. So it's like Mental Herb could also use Rocky Helmet or some sort of, what am I thinking of? Some sort of thingy-mabobber. Citrus Berry. Doesn't seem to be the case though, but we'll stick with that. We'll go ahead and get set up with Drain Punch over on the Iron Hands. Their Iron Hands will probably focus on my Tornadus, and I don't really want that to happen. I'm setting up with Tailwind. Should that be the option? Yes. I want to be faster. Drain Punch onto their Iron Hands. They were through Amoonguss, which is totally fine to get rid of the taunt status. Gyarados. Shiny Gyarados. Intimidate's going to lower down my my attacks, but Tailwind is now going to make me faster than that Iron Hands over on that side of the field. And Drain Punch, boom, isn't going to do a whole lot, but still does well. Swords Dance. Now Haze would be perfect here. Haze would be perfect here. I'm going to then taunt. I mean, I'm faster than the Gyarados at this present time. But at +2, do I really want to have Iron Hands get stronger? Okay, he does have Sword Stance. Taunt the Gyarados. And I'm going to Drain Punch into Iron Hands again. Withdrew the Gyarados. Bring out, I don't know what that is. The Amoonguss again. Taunt the Amoonguss again. Stay taunted. Drain Punch. Brings down to half. The thing is that... Ooh, that +4 now. I am in huge danger. So now we're gonna Bleak Wind. And I think I'm gonna... Oh, I don't have him. Dang it. I could switch into... You know what? We'll do that. No, because he's gonna heal up for a lot. I mean, he's gonna heal up for a lot anyway, isn't he? Oh, we'll stick in. We'll try it. Okay. Bleak Wind. We'll hit both. Gets Amoonguss down to a 3rd, bringing down Iron Hands to a 4th. Lower down both their speeds. Citrus Berry will activate on the Amoonguss, bringing him back up to half. A little more than half. And here comes the Drain Punch. Right into that. Oh, it just brings him down to 1 HP. Drain Punch. That does a lot. He's going to get back a lot of his HP. Not as much as I thought, but... Oh, Pollen Puff will also come in. Oh, wait. It's like, no, he can't use that. It's like, yes, he can. He totally can use that. He absolutely can use that. Bleak Wind again. Wait, how did... Oh, yeah, Citrus Berry. Okay. And... how much do we have left of Tailwind? One more turn? Okay. And I will Drain Punch... Iron Hands. Withdrew Amoonguss again. It's totally fine. Brought out probably Gyarados. Yep, there he is. Bleak Wind. Does a incredible amount of damage, and here comes the Drain Punch, dropping the speed of Gyarados. I get a little bit of HP back from their Iron Hands, but it's +4. It's going to do a lot of damage. Here comes Thunder Punch to my Tornadus, which is totally fine. I will take that because the next turn is going to be really, really sweet. Now we get the free switch into Dragonite, and he is currently Choice Banded. So now the question becomes, do I do Terra Normal and then Stomping Tantrum, or just not use the Terra on him completely? I think not using the Terra is going to be more beneficial, and just using the Stomping Tantrum, I'm sorry. And then Drain Punching. I could, no, well, I need to swap. That's what I'll do. I'll swap into Chien Pao. So they threw out, it's going to be the Amoonguss again, which with Generator gives them a lot of HP. But in this turn, it doesn't really matter, because if he Rage Powders, it's not going to do a whole lot. But I'm going to definitely do Stomping Tantrum. Oh, he just detect. Totally cool. Totally cool with that. Okay. Stomping Tantrum. Let's go straight for the Amoonguss, because he's going to force my hand to go that way anyway. But I'm going to Sucker Punch the Iron Hands. Oh, he withdrew. Okay. Probably to bring out Gyarados again. Yep, there he is. Drop the attack. So the Amoonguss is going to be sporing quite a bit here. I didn't see the switch, and I thought he would just like not worry about it. But here comes Stomping Tantrum. Not very much on the Amoonguss. Amoonguss will spore. Okay, we'll swap to Iron Hands from Dragonite to re-switch them so that we can get out of Stomping Tantrum. And then we will bring back Iron Hands and protect with Qian Pao to see if we can force that 1 turn sleep, or if we can just wake up immediately and wake up. See, now that Iron Hands has left, he doesn't have his +4, which is I'm totally fine with. He'll Pollen Puff to heal him up though, so very interesting. He's definitely like a Pokemon to definitely keep around. I'm gonna fake out the Amoonguss, but he's probably gonna switch him out. And I'm gonna Ice Spinner because I protected and I was asleep. I'm gonna Ice Spinner the Amoonguss too. Fake out. Qian Pao is still asleep, just totally fine. Drain Punch. Qian Pao will hang on to the Sash. Iron Hands will heal up for full at this point, and the Amoonguss on their side of the field couldn't move due to flinching. Let's go ahead and Drain Punch their Iron Hands. And I'm going to protect. Now, Amoonguss is probably going to use Rage Powder here. I've seen Pollen Puff, Spore, and nothing else. But leave for the 3rd turn. Drain Punch. His Iron Hands is faster, or we get the speed tie. Either one is fine. Pollen Puff right into Qian Pao. So now it doesn't matter. Now it officially does not matter. No, we're not going to Terra Normal. I mean, Terra Normal right into that slot would be fine, but Iron Hands is fighting, so I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference now. Ice Spinner. Stomping. Yeah, why not? It's probably going to detect. Stomping Tantrum. Right into Iron Hands. Does about 40, 55, 60%. Here comes Sport. And Dragonite's asleep. I slap my move time in the middle of the screen. I wish it would go away. Are you going to count down in the middle of the screen? Please go away. Game, come on. Okay. Yeah, this person played it really, really well. I did not, however. Oh, they still have 4. Oh yeah, no. We're done. I haven't been able to knock out a single Pokemon on that team. Yeah, no way. We're out. We're out. I tried. We're 0-2. That's okay. It's a learning thing. All right, our next match is ready to go. We've got Tornadus, Sylveon, Indeedee, Zapdos, Urshifu, and Galarian Moltres. Okay, so Indeedee's going to prevent priority moves, which is totally fine. I don't need to focus on that too much. What I'm worried about is Zapdos and Sylveon. I kind of know what Moltres does, and I do have ways to deal with him. It's just those two that I don't. Zapdos is flying, so ground type moves isn't going to really hurt him that much. I might be able to take advantage of the ice type moves. So we'll bring in, pardon me. Indeedee's normal, so Fluttermane's Shadow Ball wouldn't do too much. Fake Out's not going to be useful here because of the surge, but it will be after Qian Pao. But after Qian Pao is done doing its thing, it's not going to really matter too much. We'll leave behind Urshifu and Iron Hands, and we'll bring in Tornadus, Qian Pao, Fluttermane, and Dragonite. That's who we'll bring in. Let's see what happens. Match number 3. Let's go. Okay, Sylveon and Indity. Both shiny. That's cool. Psychic Surge comes up, which is totally fine. Now Taunt will not work on those two. Psychic T gets activated on Indity. Tornadus. Go ahead and get started off with Rain Dance. And let's go ahead and get rid of this field. And we'll go ahead and go right into the Sylveon slot, thinking that it's not going to be Follow Me. Ice Spinner, so no Follow Me is activated. We're going to drain the field from its weirdness and hit Sylveon for quite a bit of damage, which almost knocks out Chien Pao, brings him down to his sash, and brings Tornadus to red. So about 80%. And Trick Room gets activated from Fluttermane, or from Indity. Okay. After this, we'll go ahead and I think Follow Me has a bigger thing. We'll Bleak Wind and we'll Sucker Punch Sylveon. Like, I need to be given an opportunity to swap the dimensions around. Since I wasn't able to stop Indity from using Trick Room, there's not a whole lot that I can do. What I can do right now is knock out Sylveon, so it can't use Hyper Voice. And I think Throat Spray was used when it did that. Sucker Punch goes into Sylveon, which will knock it out. So one of the main attackers is now down. And Skill Swap will be activated on Indity, which is totally fine. That's cool though. I wanted to know if that actually did work. Oh, you reprocced it. I see what you did there. That's neat. Oh, that's cool. I didn't think that the effects would activate again. That's dope. Okay, sent out your next Pokemon, which is Galarian Moltres. That's such a cool Pokemon. I'm so glad that they have it. I have mine. It's so dope. Okay, we're gonna Bleak Wind. And we would Sucker Punch normally, but it's not a good idea anymore. We're gonna Protect with Chien Pao because apparently... yeah. Apparently, if you Skill Swap, it activates the effect again, which is something I wasn't aware of, to be honest with you. So Tornadus will go down from Fiery Wrath. Chien Pao will be protected, so he's fine. And we'll go ahead and bring in Fluttermane. Oops. I smacked my pop filter, I apologize. Fluttermane's thing was heightened. We're going to Terra, and then we're going to go ahead and just start off with Trick Room. And then... I mean, Chien Pao is probably going to go down here, so I'll just Ice Spinner into the Moltres slot. I'm hoping with the Terra that Fluttermane will live, but that is a helping hand Indity doing a lot of damage. With Skill Swap, by the way. So, there's that. Helping hand. Fiery Wrath. Does nothing to the Fluttermane, which is totally fine. Because Fluttermane was just doing this. So now the dimensions return to normal. Dragonite will now come out. And he will have some fun. I'm going to use Imprison. So we do not have to worry about that ever again. And I'm going to Ice Spinner into the Galarian Moltres. I'm not going to Terra, which is probably a terrible... Oh no, I can't Terra. I Terra'd Fluttermane so that they'd survive Fiery Wrath. But I'm going to hit this Moltres for a lot. The dimensions are normal, so now I outspeed everything on the field, and I'm going to shut down some things that Indeedee could use. They're going to Terra. Most likely going to be the Galarian Moltres. And it is. Changing it to Poison. All right. Probably to negate the effects that could happen. Helping Hand goes into that slot. Imprison. Now stops Trick Room from being active. Ice Spinner will now go into Moltres, which will not knock it out, but gets really, really close. Berserk gets activated, so it gets one stage in special attack, and the weirdness now disappears. But now we have a Terra Blast right into the Fluttermane, which is going to knock it out. Which in this case is totally fine. Rain stopped. We'll Ice Spinner into the Moltres slot because it's gonna knock. I'm gonna knock it out this time. Now Indeedee could go for another Trick Room, right? It probably would not be as beneficial as they would hope, but it could be the thing that they go for. I don't know if they still have 4 Pokemon. I know that I'm down to my last one. Withdrew Indeedee, which is a good call. He sent out Zapdos. Okay. Ice Spinner will now go into Galarian Moltres, and now we're left to Galarian Moltres, or now left to Indeedee and Zapdos, and I am Dragonite with Multiscale. Now the thing is here that Sylveon's knocked out, Galarian Moltres is knocked out. I still have to deal with this Psychic Surge Indeedee that brings out its ability for the 3rd time, and we'll have Skill Swap. But I'm going to go straight into the Zapdos, even though he's faster than I am, but I'm Choice Banded, and I'm going to get rid of that field from this Pokemon. Hopefully, I will still keep Multiscale active. Follow Me will activate, keeping them as the center of attention. So Ice Spinner will now go into that slot, which will not knock out Indeedee, but will take away the weirdness. And Zapdos now gets a free attack from Hurricane. Doesn't KO because of Multiscale, which lowers the damage by half. But we'll probably get the KO next turn. We'll give it a try. It's unlikely, but we'll give it a try. Follow Me. Ice Spinner into that slot. Knocks out Indeedee. All right, miss the Hurricane. Miss it. Nope. And you knock out. Not bad. I wish the Hurricane percentage would have hit in though. All right, next match is ready to go. We've got Iron Hands, Chien-Pao, Heatran, Fluttermane, Annihilate, and Cresselia. All right, so let's plan this out a little bit more accordingly, shall we? So we do have a couple of Pokemon in that lineup that are weak against some types of the team. I don't really have to worry about Trick Room as much from Fluttermane or maybe Cresselia, because it looks like they still have Fluttermane and Chien-Pao, so it's probably just a more offensive build overall. Should I be worried about going in with Dragonite Chien-Pao? I mean, it can't hurt, right? Yeah, we'll bring in Dragonite Chien-Pao, Iron Hands, and Fluttermane. That's who we'll bring in. We'll leave Tornadus and Urshifu in the back. Now, I know a lot in this video, I'm leaving Urshifu alone just because of the fact that it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. I don't know if there's a way that I can save him. So I think if I do make any changes to the team, having someone with like the screens would be really, really beneficial, because then my team would be able to live a lot longer. And I wish Tornadus had screens, but he doesn't. Cresselia and Iron Hands on their side of the field versus Dragonite and Chien-Pao. Okay, so Extreme Speed gets trumped by Fake Out. But I can immediately go Stomping Tantrum against Iron Hands. Or I could just immediately apply pressure and just go Terranol Extreme Speed. And start doing that nonsense. I think that might be what I want to do, and go right into like the Cresselia, because Cresselia is kind of a Pokemon that I don't really like to fight against all the time. But we'll protect with Chien-Pao for the Fake Out on that potential side. They withdrew Cresselia, which is totally fine. Here comes Annihilate. So they kind of called my Extreme Speed. So that was a good switch-in option. Absolutely. Protect for the Fake Out possibility. Extreme Speed does not work against Annihilate. Drain Punch. Total read. Total read. To Extreme Speed into Iron Hands. Actually, I'm going to swap Dragonite now. Let's bring my own Flutter Mane. And I'm going to just Ice Spinner into Annihilate. Most likely they do not have Fake Out, or they plan to have Fake Out but figured that that was the better option. I'm not 100% sure. But if it was another Drain Punch, it will not affect Flutter Mane this time. But they withdrew Iron Hands. Let's bring out Cresselia. Okay. Ice Spinner will now go right into the Annihilate. Takes about to half. Drain Punch. Just everyone Drain Punching out here. Wow. That was a crit too. All of his HP is going to come back. Chien-Pao will live because of Focus Sash though. Which isn't a huge surprise to anyone. Oh, he didn't recover all of his HP. That's interesting. But he does have leftovers. Okay. We'll go Shadow Ball into Cresselia. And I will protect with Chien-Pao. Okay, they're going to Terra. The Annihilate. Water. Yep. Protect. Shadow Ball. Boom. Oof. Special defense lower by Cresselia. Cresselia will use Icy Wind, which will not knock out Chien-Pao, but will do a decent amount of damage to Flutter Mane. Oh, would if he didn't avoid it. Rage Fist now goes into Flutter Mane, which will knock it out because it is Ghost. And Annihilate will now heal to full. Bring out Iron Hands now. And I will Fake Out Annihilate. And I'm going to Sucker Punch? No. I think Fake Out should go onto the Cresselia. And I'm going to... Sacred Sword? Yeah, Sacred Sword into Annihilate. Annihilate will protect. Totally fine. Fake Out. Right into Cresselia. Ah, hurt by Rocky Helmet. That's a lot of damage for a Rocky Helmet. That's a lot of damage for a Rocky Helmet. I'm going to say that. Couldn't move due to the flinch. Thunder Punch over to the Annihilate. And Ice Spinner to Cresselia. Withdraw Annihilate. Bring out their Iron Hands. Shiny. Ice Spinner. To that slot. We'll knock out Cresselia. Chien-Pao goes down because of the Rocky Helmet. That's so big recoil. That's a huge recoil on Cresselia. Seriously. Thunder Punch. And I'll bring out Dragonite. It's the only one I have left. And they sent out Fluttermane. Oh, did they have 3? They do have 3. Oh, man. Heavy Slam on the Fluttermane. And Stomping Tantrum on the Iron Hands. Moonblast over to Dragonite, which is going to knock him out, which is unfortunate. Fluttermane's going to be faster. Like, there wasn't any way that I could deal with it. I could do a little bit of chip damage with, like, extreme speed. Terrain. Ooh. Their Iron Hands is faster than mine? I don't think I put any investment in speed, so I don't... That's not surprising not whatsoever. I'm just kind of like, okay. But Fluttermane will go down. Two fully healed Pokemon versus my half strength. I don't think it matters at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Oh, I didn't do too well today. Rage Fist. I don't even think it got any minuses from that, but that's okay. I'll have to see what my calcs are for Iron Hands. He might need some major improvements after today's battle. Oof. All right, next match is up. We've got Tornadus, Urshifu, Chien-Pao, Hisuian Arcanine. Sorry, my eyes are having a little trouble adjusting. Dragonite and Fluttermane. So we do have almost the exact same team here, except for I carry Iron Hands, they carry Arcanine. So what do I want to bring in? Let's do Tornadus, Chien-Pao, Fluttermane. I want to bring in Urshifu, but I don't know if he's gonna... He will knock out Fluttermane. He won't do anything to Dragonite. At least not the first hit. Yeah, we'll bring in Urshifu. Yeah, we'll bring in Urshifu. It's about 50-50 at this point. Like, if they don't bring in their Urshifu, or if they bring in, like, Arcanine and stuff like that, he'll still be really, really good. But I have to decide who I'm going to Terra first. And because I do have to deal with Chien-Pao, possibly, it's going to be really, really hard to pick who I want. But as long as I outspeed them, it should be fine. Tornadus and Fluttermane for their side versus Chien-Pao and Tornadus on my side. Lower down all of their stuff. We're going to go ahead and hit up with the Tailwind. And then Ice Spinner into the Fluttermane slot. I want that Pokemon gone first. No Terrals on their side. No items for Fluttermane so far that I've seen. Ice Spinner will now go right into that slot. And we'll almost knock out the Fluttermane. It will survive, but Moonblast right into that slot will do all the way down to its sash. And Tornadus, what are you going to do? Bleak Wind? Bleak Wind. It's going to hit both. Brings my Tornadus down to half. And will knock out Fluttermane, which is totally fine. Totally fine with that outcome. Now I'll bring out Urshifu. I will Bleak Wind and Surging Strikes into Tornadus. They withdrew Flutter Mane, which is why I didn't Aqua Jet there. Kind of saw that as an option, but we'll see what happens after this. They will summon out Dragonite next. Bleak Wind will now hit both, cracking Dragonite's multi-scale and dropping its speed. But Surging Strikes is going to knock out Tornadus. So Dragonite, now what are you going to do? Are you going to come out with Qianpao? Nope, their own Urshifu, which is Rapid Strike. That's probably an extreme speed. So I think Terra, Ghost into Bleak Wind, and then switch out to Flutter Mane. Urshifu come back. To bring out my Flutter Mane. Booster Energy now activates, making my speed really, really high. I think I have 614 right now with Tailwind active. To get rid of the possible extreme speed, we're going to Terra Ghost Tornadus so that I don't take any KOs this turn. Hopefully. Hopefully. They're also going to Terra. And it's going to be the Dragonite. And you are normal. Okay. Come on. Extreme speed isn't going to hurt anybody. I'm sorry to tell you that. Bleak Wind will now miss someone. Oh, both of them. Neat. Surging Strikes. It's now going to hit the Flutter Mane because knock him out. Ah, son of a biscuits. Son of a biscuits. I was really hoping that I'd be able to at least hit one of them to knock him down. Not the case here. Okay, Bleak Wind again, and I'm going to go ahead and protect Urshifu. Tailwind is still up. Gonna protect. Extreme speed into the protected slot. Saw that. Bleak Wind will hit both. Will knock out their Urshifu, which is what I was hoping for in the beginning. If it hit last turn, that's what would have happened this turn. And my Tailwind's gone. Okay. We will go ahead and activate Tailwind again. And I'm going to Aqua Jet into Flutter Mane. Extreme Speed's going to go off on the... Urshifu will he'll survive, thankfully. Tailwind will now go off. Aqua Jet, boom. Okay, Tornadus, take us home. Battle is canceled. Whew, we went 1-4. Well, Pokefans, I hate to say it, but we took a horrendous beating today, but that's okay. It's all a good learning experience. We now know that some people are adding speed to Iron Hands so that they can outspeed us, which is totally fine. As the overly aggressive player using Tailwind, I am totally okay with that. What I'm going to do after this video, though, is get all of my stats for all of my Pokemon and see what I would need to do to maybe outspeed some some of the Iron Hands that are out there. So JT, if you watch this video, I will be contacting you a lot about possible speed tiers that Iron Hands might be seen in the ladder. The couple that have been outspeeding me is totally fine. I expected that. I don't think I have any investment into speed, but I might need to now, depending on what happens forward. With that being said, however, there is other things that I will be addressing onto the team as well. Again, Fluttermane having the access to like helping hand would be really, really helpful to like boost another Pokemon, especially when I'm trying to avoid moves like Sucker Punch, just giving my extra, hand to someone else. I don't want to change Dragonite. I think he's okay for the most part, but I will look at his EVs and see where I can maybe make like an offensive better spread for him. And then I think going from there, it's just kind of deciding whether I want Haze for Chien-Pao or just keep him as he is. It doesn't seem like a lot of the time that he's going to be able to survive a lot of moves. So I can either keep him as he is or try to make him bulky enough to survive attacks. But that's the question I pull off to you. What do you guys think? What are some of the builds that you would do for, like Chien-Pao? I know Haze is like something that was brought up yesterday. So let's have a more bigger discussion on why Haze is better than the movesets that I have. What movesets would you add for Fluttermane? Or if you guys have any, hints or some suggestions on what I did for the first 4 games. It was kind of like off and on, but this is a humbling experience. Maybe I was just too high on my horse and was like, you know what? I'm really good at the game. I didn't think I was going to get this way. So probably like in the beginning of the video where it's like this, but now since I've been knocked down 4 games, maybe I have a little bit more of a different perspective. Who knows? Maybe Iron Hands just needs to get off Assault Vest and then have more investment into other things like maybe Protect, maybe Swords Dance. We did see that match with the Swords Dancing, like Iron Hands just being able to not only survive, but take games. So that's where I will leave this video off. So thank you all for watching. Again, do the YouTubey things by, liking the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, leave a comment down below. I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind, and subscribe. We would like to try to hit 400 by the end of August, and it's only the 4th. So we're looking pretty good. And then we'll increase the goal if we meet it. With your guys' help, I'm pretty sure we will be able to do it. I do have a goal for the end of the year, which is to maybe hit 1,000. I think we can definitely hit that, but I need your guys' help indefinitely. But that's gonna be it for me today. Happy Friday, and I'll see you guys all again tomorrow. Till then, take care. Peace.